Here in example 1, we're going to factor our first trinomial of this lesson. Using our standard quadratic function, we have to determine our a, b, and c numbers. So there's no visible coefficient in front of your h squared, so we know a has a value of 1. B has a value of 8, and c has a value of 15. It's time for our first graphic organizer. So here's our box with a big X through it, and we know that on the top is always going to be A times C. And for this particular problem, A is 1, C is 15. So 1 times 15, well, that's clearly 15, and that lives in the top of your box. At the bottom of your box is going to be your B value. So my B number, my B value was 8. Graphic organizer number 2. So at the top of this T-chart is the 15 that was living in the top of our box. So we say, okay, what are all the things that could multiply together to make 15? Acknowledging that this 15, looking at our A, B, and C numbers, happens to be a positive 15. Great. So a positive 1 times a positive 15 would make 15. And so also a negative 1 times a negative 15 would make a positive 15. 3 times 5, a positive 3 times a positive 5 would make a positive 15. And a negative 3 times a negative 5 would also make a positive 15. So now it's time to add all 4 of these pairs of factors together to see what their sums are going to be. So 1 plus 15, 16. Negative 1 plus negative 15, negative 16. 3 plus 5, 8. Negative 3 plus negative 5, negative 8. We were reminded that our B number, the bottom of our box, is an 8. Hey, here is a sum of 2 factors that is also a positive 8. So acknowledge this is a positive 8, that one's a positive 8, which is why I'm not going to use this bottom pair of factors. Great. So it is these 2 factors, the 3 and the 5, that we're going to put in the wings of our box. What if you have them switched? So I had a 5 versus a 3, not a problem. It really does not matter at all. Let's go find our final answer and clean this up. So we have a variable of choice that is an h, and we have our left wing, which is a 3, over our a number, which is a 1, times, again, our variable of h, plus our right wing, which is a 5, over our a number of 1. So to clean this up, we would have the quantity of h plus 3 divided by 1 is 3, times the quantity of h plus 5 divided by 1, which is 5. And there you go. Now, hey, how do I know if I've done this correctly? You can totally check that out. If you were to multiply all of these back together using binomial multiplication, if you've done this correctly, you should have your exact original function in the problem. There you go.